Welcome in, Panthers fans. It is Panthers 360. Maybe you're on your lunch break, your holiday break. You don't know what day it is quite, Monday, December 29th here, but you are live here on our WPTV YouTube page. Get your comments and your questions in because we have some developing news, and we love to join, as always, WPTV's Kendall Hyde, our sports reporter, who has been in the building when the Cats have won the last two Stanley Cup championships. But you, sir, you were at practice this morning, and we have for so long now been on Matthew Tkachuk watch. He is back on the ice with the team, and I want everybody out there to hear what you saw today. Kendall, how you doing there, sir?
Good. You know, Christmas came a little bit late, but hey, better late than never, right? But guess what? Matthew Tkachuk was out there. He was a full-go participant today in practice. He was in his gold, jersey and suit and everything, but he didn't do too much, but he did just enough to give everybody a little bit of hope and a little bit of a smile this holiday season. In fact, he was out there getting a little bit of reps with Marshy and also Sam Bennett.
Yeah, and you're at Baptist Health Iceplex right now where the Panthers hold their practices. They do have back-to-back games here. Today it's against the Washington Capitals there at Amaret Bank Arena. So the morning skate around, I mean, you wouldn't think all players, especially veteran players, maybe they're trying to rest up a little bit more. We are coming off the Christmas break, so maybe the fellas wanted to get back there. But you would think they're in there to help out Tkachuk kind of get acclimated back to potentially line mates, definitely power play mates, right?
Definitely, and that's exactly what I was about to say. That power play lineup is going to be something that's intricate for the team because they need those power plays. And now you also see that you saw him and Bennett talking a little bit on the side. You saw him and Marshy. They were kind of like glued at the hip today. And you also heard Coach say something that was very important. He said that we took a nice little break. Everybody got to get, rejuvenated a little bit during that holiday break. And they also got time to get their feet back under them. Obviously, the Lightning, they were rearing to go. They were ready. That's that in-state rivalry. They came out a little bit more physical than the Panthers. But the Panthers said, have no fear. We know what we're doing. We're not too worried about what happened over the weekend. They're building themselves for not just what happened over the weekend, but going forward for every day. And you see Matthew Tkachuk is going to be a very intricate piece to everything they have going on.
Yeah, and Kendall, I think let's cue up that video and show Matthew Tkachuk in that yellow non-contact jersey. He's been speaking with his brother on their podcast, Wingman, and there he is right there. Definitely stands out, but he's like, I need to go hit. I need to get crushed by a teammate. Like it's almost as if that he is holding himself back and the trainers are holding him back a little bit because he just wants to get out there. And this great video we're seeing right here of Matthew Tkachuk finally back at practice. We've been talking about this so long. It's kind of been just the headline and the sub-headline this whole first half of the regular season. But as Kendall Hyde, if you're just joining us here on the WPTV News YouTube page, he was at practice this morning, the morning skate at Baptist Health Iceplex, monitoring the status of Matthew Tkachuk there with Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett this morning, as a matter of fact. Kendall, I want to quickly get to this clip provided by the Panthers. You can hear from head coach Paul Maurice right now talking about Tkachuk along with the Winter Classic that is just days away. Take a listen to this from Coach.
We're not guessing on this. So there's a bunch of things he's got he's got numbers that he has to hit. And then it's been 6 months since there's been a hockey game played, so as much as we'd like the spectacle of it, and we'd love him to be a part of it, and it'd be great for the game to see him out there, the Florida Panthers need him healthy, and we need him for the rest of the year. So that will be and it's really not my decision, and it shouldn't be. This is going to be doctors inform the player and the doctors make the decision, and then we'll let him go.
Boy, if they've been anything, it's been close to the best, yet as wide open as they can be. It is a process. Bill Zito said at the beginning of the season, our general manager, well, it'd be like if you're taking a road trip, you're like, but what if it snows? Then how long is it going to take then? So, Kendall, from you've seen, especially today and being in and around the practices and the games, this is a long-awaited return.
Oh, definitely. You know what, Mike? It's so funny because Matthew, like you said, he's having to hold himself back. You saw today at practice, he bumped up against the ice, bumped up against the glass. He did anything that he can to get that feel back. And this is what it's like. You saw him smiling a little bit. I remember he and Marshy, they kind of, shoulder bumped each other a little bit. And you could tell he was incredibly happy to be back today. And it takes me back just about 2 weeks ago. We got the opportunity when the trucks were making it to Lone Depot. We spoke with Zito and he was telling us, he joked with me a little bit. I said, when can we expect to see a return for Tkachuk? He says, who is that? I don't know. He said, I don't know. I didn't even know we had a guy on the team like that. He said, no, just joking though. He said, we should be expecting him back in probably about the next few weeks. He said, you don't want to give us an exact date because, anything can happen. Anything could start speeding up or something could kind of slow him down. He can be hurt again or something could flare up. So he don't want to give us an exact date, but everything is looking like it's inching toward close. Hopefully the Winter Classic, but if not, sometime around then. And everybody, obviously, as we know, they'll be incredibly excited to see Kachuk. He will give that team a much-needed boost. Sam Bennett was speaking about it earlier today. He said it's so exciting to see him back because he's our energy guy. He's also one of our leaders, and he's also one of our best players.
Yeah, funny you say that. We do want to. We have that interview clip right now, and I want to kind of let the viewers and the listeners kind of listen to that, and then we'll talk on the other side of it. Here is Sam Bennett talking about Kachuk's return.
Having Chucky back on the ice just brings that extra little spark to our team. He's one of the leaders, one of the most vocal guys, and definitely one of the chirpiest guys. So it brings a lot of energy to the team, and guys are really excited to see that he's getting close.
I counted, Kendall, just the other day of the non-injured Stanley Cup final past 3 years players, if that makes sense. The players that have been on the last 3 runs, including the 2 back-to-back championships, 8 players have been a part of that core that have really kept things not only afloat, but very competitive. The Eastern Conference is bizarrely close right now. Nobody's really separating themselves. Those are the guys, including Bennett right there, that they just seem like they're just going to be so energized when Matthew gets back into that lineup.
Oh, yeah, you can't help it, because Kachuk is such a special talent. He's one of those guys. He's one of one. But also, it's hard to get one of your best guys. Sometimes he's one of your leaders, and sometimes he's also one of your most energizing guys. And he's also a locker room presence that can't be matched. It's such a blessing to have him here. And everybody has been saying it. I remember 2 weeks ago when I was at the game, we were waiting to go into the locker room. They had won. They were coming off of the overtime thriller. Marchand set up a great goal for the finisher. And you saw Kachuk. You heard him screaming in the locker room, "Let's go, boys. Let's go." High fives. Everybody he's all excited. He came out. He's high-fiving us, the media members, like we're one of the team. So he's a great guy to have around the locker room, especially not just in the locker room, but on the ice when puck drops.
So it's things the fans don't see. You get that inside perspective. Oh, yeah. I won't keep you too long, Kendall, because you are actually heading to Miami after this. Just in depth with the Panthers today because we're getting ready for the Winter Classic at Lone Depot Park, where the Marlins normally play. This will be at least your second time down there going and seeing the progress. For the fans that, this is so anticipated, what can you tell them from what you've seen from your eyes that maybe somebody can't see from, outside the park or even through video that we've been playing?
This is going to be a one-on-one experience, Trim. It's going to be something that has never been seen here in South Florida. Obviously, they've had Winter Classics in other cities. However, we've never had one here in South Florida, and that's going to be the beauty of it. They're saying it's so many nuances and intricacies that we're going to have to figure out. Can we keep the roof retracted, or do we have to close it? How many fans can we bring in? If the fans come in and it's too many, will that make the ice start condensating? It is so cool, and then every day you go by, you get to see more and more new nuances and intricacies being brought into the field, and it's so crazy to think. We're going to be at a baseball field playing ice hockey. So it's one of those things you're going to be able to, it's going to be something for the fans that they're going to be able to say, I was once a part of this.
Yeah, just the sheer curiosity is going to have people tuning in, and then some must-watch television. Your must-watch sports reporting here at WPTV, Kendall, and you're a busy man today. We'll let you get on the road from Fort Lauderdale there at Baptist Health Iceplex, where Matthew Kachuk back on the ice for the second day in the morning skate before the game tonight. Not going to be in the game tonight, but hey, it is a positive sign that he's back with the team. Thank you so much for your reporting, Kendall. Get your questions, comments in for Kendall, for me, for all our Panthers 360 staff. Remember, every Monday afternoon, 12:15 on our YouTube page, interviews with analysts just like Kendall, former players, broadcasters. It's really a time to tune in and get involved. And you can watch Panthers 360 every Wednesday on South Florida's 9 at 7:30. Thank you for tuning in for Panthers 360. I'm Mike Trim.